Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live, and today is Thursday, September 23rd, 2021, and we are again in the final hour of the trading day. The final hour of the trading day is my favorite time to make my buying and selling decisions for my swing trades because I believe the closing price is the most valid price of the day. And I say this because during the day, the algorithms and the day traders, they are the ones that are in control of the market. At the end of the day, the large financial institutions come in, they start flexing their muscles. They're dealing with the most money, best information, best technology, very, very smart people. And I believe that the closing prices of the day are the most valid, and therefore those are the levels I look at the closing levels. So thank you for coming today. I hope you are having a good day. I know we're all having a good day in the market. Big rally, big 2-day rally, which is fantastic. I appreciate you spending your time here. I hope that you are learning something useful by investing your time on this channel every day during the last hour of the market. So currently the Dow is up 570 points, if you can believe that, up 1.66%. The NASDAQ lagging a little bit, although still up 172 points, up 1.16%, and the S&P is up a whopping 62 points, up 1.43. So we're all having a good day. Hope you're having a good day out there. So here is the plan for today. First of all, we are going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Secondly, we're going to come back, take a look at my current positions, talk about when I bought them, why I bought them, and how I am going to manage them going forward. I did have some day trades today that I will share with you as well. After that, we're going to go over to the board, take a look at my students' positions that have their positions on the board, and we're going to take a look where they bought them, why they bought them, and how they are performing. After that, we're going to talk about trader psychology. Most important skill you can ever develop in trading is being able to manage your emotions. It's a huge part, the most important part. I really, truly believe that. The longer I trade, the more that I know that that is true. So I do want to share a few minutes and talk about some positive trading words of wisdom, if you will. After that, I do have some potential end of day candidates that I am considering today. I do have 3 requirements. One, confluence combination of indicators lining up on multiple time frames. Second, I have to have a good risk to reward ratio, at least 2-to-1, based upon strong support below me and strong and valid resistance above me. If I'm willing to risk $1,000, I need to be able to make at least 2,000 or more to make the asymmetrical math work. And then lastly, I have to have a complete trading plan regardless of what I'm trading and the strategy I'm trading. And for me, that includes position sizing based upon the market's current volatility. Number 2, what is my maximum allowed loss on any trade? Number 3, where is my end of day, where is my emergency stop? Number 4, where is my end of day stop? Number 5, I need to know where my intraday profit targets are. Number 6, I need to know where significant overhead resistance levels are. And number 7, I need to have a good trailing stop methodology so that if I have a profitable trade, I do not give it all back. All right, so I have gone down through the results of my watch list. I have gone down through the results of Kamal Scanner. And so as we get closer to the end of the day, I will be looking at the potential candidates and trying to narrow it down to the best trade. And if I find something that makes sense, I will go ahead and purchase it before the market closes. After the market closes, if you have any questions for me, I'm happy to answer them. If you need any clarification on anything I discussed today, I'm happy to do that as well. If there are any stock symbols that you would like me to look at prior to the close, just put them in the live stream chat, put an emoji by it so I know it's time sensitive, and I will do my best to get to it before the close of the market. And then lastly, if my students have any new entries or exits for me today that they would like me to update on the board, if you could just please wait till after the market closes before you let me know about them, and then we'll spend as much time as we need to get them updated. Okay, so I am going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. I will be back in about 40 seconds. Thank you. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. All right, well, let's see who is here today. Michael Wilkinson, aka Lova, is here. Good to see you, my friend. Always appreciate you spending your time here. Hope you're having a good day. Michael Martin is also here. Hello, Michael. Good to see you. Hope you're out there driving safe today. Stephen Burns. Steve, good to see you, bud. Always appreciate you being here. Thank you for everything that you do for this channel. You know I really sincerely mean that, and I know everyone else does as well. And Steve says, hello, Bulls. Rest in peace, Bears. Yeah, not so hot tamale if you are a bear today. Dan is here with my peace sign. Always thanks for that, Dan. Tom is here. Hi, traders. Wish every day was like today. Yeah, that'd be pretty sweet, wouldn't it? Good to see you, Tom. Miko is here. Nice to see you, Michael. Good afternoon, and Greg and group. Thank you, Michael. It's good to see you. Steve Burns says FTNT has a 520 EMA crossover. Well, let's take a gander. FTNT. Whoa, Fortnite. Okay, they're having a good day. Let me do a little math on this so I have this for later. And I will put that on the list as well. Let me write this down here. FTNT. FTNT. All right, good. We've got that on the list, and we'll go through those as we get closer to the close of the market. Tracy is here. Hello, Tracy. Good to see you. Gary, what's going on, bud? Good to have you back. Missed you. Gary says, hello, Greg and everybody. Good to be here today. Great to have you here. Kamal is here. Hey, buddy, what's going on? Hope you're having a good day. Thank you for everything that you do for this channel. I mean that, Kamal, and I know everyone else does as well. Steve says NVIDIA has a 520 crossover. Let's take a look at NVIDIA. Yes, it does. Let me do a little math on that as well. And we'll add that to the list as well. All righty. David is here. Nice to see you, David. Hope you were having a good day, my friend. And David says, hi, Greg and group. Paxton is here, the other half of the dynamic duo. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Frank is here. Frank, good to see you. Thank you for everything that you do for this channel. Okay, SQ. All right. Another crossover. All right. All right, got that on there as well. Thank you, Steve. Okay, David says Microsoft, Micron, and Procter & Gamble with 520 crossovers as well. Yes, I did see that for sure. Let's take a look and see. I did backtest Microsoft on the 520 crossover. It backtests positively, but not that great. I don't know about MU. I like that one a little better on one hand, but I don't like the rejection of the 50 and Procter & Gamble, and I can't tell you whether or not those backtest well. But thank you very much for that. David Tracy says, dang, I wish we could hit like buttons on these comments. Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day as well. All right, well, let's get started. All right, dynamic duo, Tom, Bacon Bandit, Leva, and I did buy Match.com with the rejection of the 200-day moving average a couple days ago at 152.43. It is currently 154.73. It's at 0.7% today and about 1.44% on the trade. So this is doing well. SPY, of course, I had overnight SPY trade where I buy the SPY every day at the close. I hold it overnight, sell it first thing the next morning. I bought it yesterday at the close at 437.86. I sold it this morning for a nice gap up, 439.82. Now, Steve and Frank are both long the SPY. Steve got a great entry at 431.75 with an under 30, over 30, all the way down here. Frank got in at 438.46. Both of them in the money. Let's see, Steve on this particular trade is up 2.69%. Way to go, Steve. And Frank is also up, not quite as much. They took, I think, different entries, but way to go, Steve. Very, very nice. I will be buying SPY at the close again as usual. Michael Martin, Ava, Jonathan, and myself did buy T-Mobile yesterday with an under 30, over 30, under the negative third, over the negative third, under the 5 EMA, over the 5 EMA. Great trade. Bought this at 127.90. Did hit 3 profit targets today already, up 2.43% on the day and 2.43% on the trade. I am considering selling half of my TMUS today because of the rejection of the 250-day moving average. If it were to close above, I certainly would hold it. But with the rejection of the 20 EMA and the 250 SMA, I will most likely sell half today because of this overhead rejection of the 250. But great trade so far. Visa, it's been a great trade for Leva, Dynamic Duo, Tom, Ava, and myself. We bought this all the way back here. The signals were under 30, over 30, under the negative third, over the negative third, under the 250, over the 250. Nice confluence of signals. Bought at 220.06. I did sell half yesterday with the rejection of the 200-day moving average because I didn't know we were going to go up. But that was a bit of a red flag for me, so I did lock in half yesterday. But the good news is I still have half. And this particular trade is up 2.46% today. And on the trade, it's up 3.54. So good trade. Good trade. Zoom, not so hot tamale. This one just never got going. I did buy this with an under 30, over 30, under the negative third, over the negative third, under the 5 EMA, over the 5 EMA, along with Ava, Michael Martin, and David. This is down 0.51% today. Still in the trade because it's holding the 30 RSI. But this particular trade down 3.95%, and the 30 RSI is my end of day stop. Expedia has been a monster trade. Who is in this with me? Tom and David. We bought this all the way back here with this confluence of signals under 250, over 250, false breakout to the downside, and a V2. Bought this at 147.37. This particular trade has been a whopper. This trade is up 4.11% on the day, and it's up 10.99% on the trade. So that's been a good one. Now, we are at 71.41 RSI, so we are above the 70. I will keep this as long as it's above the 70 RSI, but today, if it were to lose it end of day, I would sell half and lock in my gains. But this has been a monster trade. If it closes above the 70, I will keep it. SSO, another trade. Tom and I did buy SSO with an under 30, over 30, under the 200, over the 200. Got this at 122.68. Did hit 3 profit targets today. It's up 2.69% on the day. And this particular trade is up 4.3%. I did buy this with an under 30, over 30. So I am going to have to watch the 50 RSI on the SSO. If it were to lose the 50 RSI today, end of day, I would go ahead and lock in half. Those are my rules, but this has been a monster trade. All right, let's get to some day trades. I had a quick little trade here on VIX before the podcast started. I'm out of it now, but I'll share it with you. I did buy VIX. We had this nice little V1 here and close above the 1 ATR channel. I didn't buy it there. I waited for it to backfill to the halfway, which I did. Bought at 25.35, sold the next bar at 25.41, and then this bar closed below halfway of the washout bar. I had to take a little loss. So gain was 25.35 to 25.41. Loss was 25.35 to 25.34. So only a 1 cent loss. And so worked out pretty well, actually. Let's see. Do I still have my... Oh, I erased those. Bummer. Okay, next trade. Disney. I had a few trades on Disney here. I'm going to go back. I'm going to use the most recent trade. It's easier for me to delete stuff. Here we go. Lower high inside the range of this big down bar. Trigger was a V2. I shorted at 176.89. I covered half at 176.65. I covered another half at 176.45. Then I covered the rest when we got down here near the third ATR channel at 176.35. So short at 176.89, cover at 176.65, cover at 176.45, and cover at 176.35. It went much lower since then, but still it was a nice little trade. And then let me go back to the previous trade. Okay. Here was the previous trade. We got up to the 250-day moving average. I shorted as we approached it at 176.79. Next bar went way down. I covered for a profit at 176.15. So I entered here. If I would have had a close above, I would have gotten out, but I shorted at 176.78, covered at 176.15, which was a big move in 5 minutes. I held on to the other half until it closed back above the 250 at 176.67, which was still profitable. So I shorted at 176.78, covered at 176.67, and covered at 176.15. All right, and then I had one previous trade before that. Same approach as it got close to the 200-day moving average. I shorted at 176.07, but it did close above for a loss at 176.45. And the reason that I was concentrating on Disney, and let me see if I can, was because we had the big, huge bar down a couple days ago. Once it got to that halfway point, that's when I started to look for shorts on the intraday, and that's why I took them. Steve Burns, by the way, had a beautiful trade on Disney on a swing trade that he bought at 172.74. It's 176.28. Very nice trade, Steve. Steve is up 2.03% on this particular trade. So way to go. Apple. Oh, I didn't have any trades on Apple. I was just watching it. That's right. Okay. So let's go over, take a look at your at my students' trades, see how they're doing. Kamal did enter a day trade on on Uber at 45.54. It's 45.58, so it is up 4 pennies. So way to go there. And Kamal, just let me know if you're going to keep that or not. Shopify, Kamal got into Shopify at 14.83. He sold half at 14.60. And then he also sold half, another half, I think, as it approached break even. But I think his thinking there was that, you know, he was down on the trade. Now it's rallied back to entry point, and that's where he decided to just go ahead so it's closer to a scratch kind of trade. I believe that's the case. Kamal, correct me if I'm wrong. Dynamic Duo did buy WLTW at 229. It's 234.31. It's up 1.5% today and up nicely on the trade. Path, I believe, is Frank. Frank bought Path at 51.95. It's 53.31, up 0.58% today and nicely up on the trade. MNST, Bacon Bandit, Dynamic Duo, did buy Monster Beverage Company. Nice confluence of signals here. Under 30, over 30, V1, close over the 200-day with a good risk to reward ratio. Bought at 92.62. It's 93.08, up about 0.55% on the day and also on the trade. Pins, Ava did buy Pins at 54.14. It is currently 53.96, so this one is slightly down on the day and slightly down on the trade. Alibaba, this one always confuses me because we have, okay. Kamal on the daily. Okay, Kamal on the daily did buy Alibaba at 157. It's currently 150.43, so down on the day and down on the trade. AN, Dynamic Duo, had a fantastic trade here, way back here, under 30, over 30, V1, close over the 100-day moving average at 150.10. They sold half here, and it is down 2.25% today, but this trade, entry to closing price, up 14.34%. So let's give a hand to the Dynamic Duo. Boeing, nice trade for Boeing for Kamal. Here in this range, triggered a V1 at 213. It is 220.51, up 1.62% today, and way more than that on the trade. Roku, Kamal, another offering from Kamal. V2 here at 320. It's 335.52, up 3.31% today, and way more than that on the trade. Twitter, huge day, my gosh, for the Dynamic Duo. They bought this with an under 30, over 30, rejection of the negative third ATR channel. They bought at 59.68, sold half a couple days ago, up 3.85% today. And this particular trade up 10.68. Wow, in just over a week. UNH, Lava bought UNH at 420.27. It's 410.75. This is up on the day, but this is down on the trade. Ulta, I have Gary in at Ulta. Gary, I don't know if you're still in this, bud. You can let me know. At 383.15, return to value. V2 was underwater a lot. Well, actually, it's still underwater. It is up on the day, but it is down on the trade slightly. CCL, what a trade from Lava and Tom. Return to value, sideways motion, bought at 233.31. I'm sorry, 23.31. It's up 4.11% today, and this particular trade is up 5.25% for Lava and Tom. Way to go. IWB, Steve Burns did buy IWB with under 30, over 30 at 244.39, up 1.34% today. And this particular trade up 2.59 for Steven. Way to go. Goldman Sachs, another Steve trade, under 30, over 30, bought this at 376.71. It's 391.73. This particular trade up 1.62% on the day and 3.91% on the trade. SCCO, another trade from Steve, under 30, over 30 at 56.89. It's 57.13, up on the day and up on the trade. DIA, Steve with the beautiful under 30, over 30, bought at 338.07. It's currently 348.13. This trade up 1.66% on the day and 2.84% on the trade. ODFL, my friend Bruce, perfect example of a return to value V1. Return to value, sideways motion, V1 bought at 290.70. This is 379 now, up 1.36%. And this particular trade up 3.45%. Qualcomm, Jonathan did buy Qualcomm yesterday Looks like an under 30, over 30, 133.10. It's 134.37, up 1.02% today, and about the same on the trade. And CRM for Michael Martin. Wow, what a beauty. This 520 crossover bought at 260.06. It's up 7.58% today. This particular trade up 6.75. So good trading, everyone. Holy hamburgers. Way to go. Very, very proud of everyone. Steve says, Microsoft, Micron, Procter & Gamble, not great backtest on 520. Slower big caps don't tend to backtest great with that signal. Steve says, UUP, gold and silver, all negative on the same day. That is odd. That is odd to have the dollar and the metals negative. Ava is here. Hello, Ava. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you for everything you do for this channel. Frank has a poem for us. All right, let me copy this down. And let me put that in there like so. All right, here we go. Traders don't want to just get by or settle for knowing they gave it a try. If a setup goes wrong, they find out why or take some profit if it goes high. Trading is a process and the rules you apply. Oh, that's so good. Let me take another crack at it. Traders don't want to just get by or settle for knowing they give it a try. If a setup goes wrong, they find out why or take some profit if it goes high. Trading is a process and the rules you apply. Frank, how do you do this? How do you do this every day? I mean, they're so good. They get better like every day. How is it possible that you can continue to just crank these out? I mean, they're like world class. Not only are they great poems, but I mean, they're so relevant to trading. You're amazing, Frank. Seriously. Steve says, CRM exploded higher today. I almost had that one. David says, CRM was a 520 crossover yesterday. Michael Wilkinson says CCL earnings tomorrow morning. Okay, well, you know my policy, right? I don't hold through earnings. Do whatever you're going to do, but I just feel like it allows people to put themselves at a great amount of risk in seconds. Paxton says, thanks, Frank. Clappy clap. Tom says, thanks. Good catch. Also rejecting the 200. Might be time to move on. Very good, Tom. Very, very good. All right, let's check how things are going. VIX making a new low. I'm glad I got out when I did. Okay. Stacy is here again. Hi, Stacy. Nice to see you. And Stacy says, yes, great rule on earnings. Yes, it's just a rule that I learned from Steve Burns. I think it makes a lot of sense. You know, our main focus stock traders is really not as stock traders, but as risk managers. And we need to do everything we can do to mitigate risk. And the fastest way you can add risk to your trade is by holding through earnings. And sometimes it goes up and you wish you would have kept it, obviously, but there's a lot of times where it goes down, and you know how things can go really down. But your job as a trader is managing risk and doing everything you can to get away from risk. And so holding through earnings is risky. So that is why it is my policy, and I do not do it at all, ever, unless it's a mistake. All right. Listen, before we start moving on, before we start looking at potential end-of-day candidates, you know I like to talk about trader psychology. You know I like to talk about good trading words of wisdom. There's a lot of Twitter and Facebook channels out that I follow in the FinTwit world. And, you know, everyone's so good. And I read this. This is from Anthony Crudell. And Anthony is a great futures trader, also a financial educator, trading coach. And you can follow him at Anthony Crudell over on Twitter. And please do. He has great information. And what I'm going to read is great information. So let's go ahead and see what Anthony has to say. Time and experience are the best teachers about trading. If you're serious about trading as a career, you have to think long term. Don't take yourself out of the game too early or you'll miss out on the best teachers. So the best teachers are time and experience, getting reps, right? Trading through different market conditions so that the next time you have that condition, you have a little experience with it. But, I always say, in order to get good at anything, in order to develop a skill, you have to have a lot of repetitions. You have to do it many times, like at least 10,000 times, whether it's playing the guitar or whether it's kicking the soccer ball or whether it's trading. And the thing is if a lot of traders, beginning traders, come into trading, they trade too large, they don't have a plan, and they blow up their account. Well, how are you ever going to get good at trading if you don't get experience? And if you blow up your account too soon, you're not going to have the experience, so you're not going to be good at trading. Does that make sense? I've said this before, but I look at each trade as just one trade of the next 1,000 trades, just like a casino, right? I have that edge. I just want that edge to play out. But just like a casino, if the casino bet everything they had on one particular roll of the dice or deal of the cards, they would never do that because the risk is too high. Yes, they have an edge. They have an implicit edge in that roll of the dice or spin of the roulette ball or whatever, but they know that anything can happen in the short run. So if you have an edge, you have to position size correctly so that if you have a bad streak, it doesn't really affect your account. You have to let the edge play out. And like Anthony says, time and experience are the best teachers about trading. It really is. You can read as many books as you want, but putting in the time, putting in the effort, getting the repetitions under your belt and the experience, those are the best teachers. But if you blow yourself up too soon, you're never going to have those teachers. So position size conservatively, look at each trade. It's just the next one of the next 1,000 trades, and gain the experience, gain the time, and develop your skill. So again, Anthony Crudell, he's over on Twitter. He's at Anthony Crudell. Do yourself a favor and follow. And thank you, Anthony, for everything that you do. Great post, good reminder to me, and hopefully a good reminder to everyone in the group. Frank says, fun fact, bamboo grows so fast it's measured in miles per hour. It can grow 35 inches a day at 0.0002 miles per hour. Wow. I had no idea it grew that fast. 35 inches a day? Holy hamburgers. Holy Hannah. Wow. That is a fun fact, Frank. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. All right. Let me switch back to current positions before we start looking at new, right? It's important to manage what you have first before you just go piling on in at something else. Match is doing great. It's up on the day. It's up on the trade. It's holding the end of day stop, which is the 200 day. So doesn't look like I have to do anything there. SPY, nice overnight SPY trade. Of course, I'm buying this again at the close. It has lost the 50 RSI now. Not that it matters on my particular trade with the overnight SPY trade, but just pointing that out. TMUS, doing great. I do believe I will sell half of the position today because of the rejection of the 250 above. I look at that as a bit of a bad omen, or I'm just trying to be proactive about it, but I am going to lock in half profits on TMUS. And actually, while I'm thinking about that, let me do a little something over here. What is that, TUMS? Oh, I hit all the profit targets. All right, so I will be taking half there. Visa is a champion of champions. 3 profit targets today, beautifully up on the day, beautifully up on the trade. Don't think I have to do anything there. Zoom, not doing so hot tamale. It is holding the 30 RSI at 30.75. So as long as it's holding the 30 RSI or until it hits my emergency stop, I am still bullish on Zoom. EXPE, great, wonderful trade here. I'm looking for a rejection of the 70 RSI. It's at 72.39. So as long as it holds above the 70, I do not have anything to do. And then SSO, This one I do have to watch with an under 30 over 30. Currently it's at 50.87. So as long as it holds the 50 RSI, I will hold it. I'm also to trailing stop mode here. So, but if this does close below the 50 RSI, if someone's out there can remind me with all the stuff I'm looking at here, but I will definitely have to make a point to look back at this. And if it does lose the 50 RSI, I will lock in half. So the two that I'm looking at right now to make any changes on today are TMUS, T-Mobile, with the rejection of the 250, and then SSO. I have to watch that carefully at the end to see if it holds the 50 RSI. All right. Okay. I'm still a little tripped out about the bamboo, honestly. All right, here we go. Let's take a look at some potentials today. Oh, Bitcoin. We're looking at Bitcoin, and it is over the 200-day moving average. I was looking at, I didn't short this, but I was mentioning it yesterday that if I was looking for a short, I would short as we got near that 200, but if it closed back above, I would have to cover my short. So I'm not in the trade, but good sign for Bitcoin that it's over the 200-day moving average. That gives a good risk to reward ratio there as well, although I don't like that we have this big down bar and we're getting close to halfway of it. All right, here we go. Facebook. Facebook, we were looking at yesterday for an under 30, over 30. Today, it did go under 30, over 30. However, I don't really like the fact that it rejected the negative third ATR channel underneath. It's above us as resistance. So yes, it is an under 30, over 30, but it rejected the negative third ATR channel overhead as resistance. Also rejected the 100-day moving average. So with that being said, I am going to take Facebook off of the potentials. EA has an under 30. Oh, no, it was an under 30, over 30. Now it's 29.29. So I was looking at that as a potential. I know I looked over at the weekly and I like that we held the negative 2 ATR channel and the 100-week moving average, but the trigger on this trade would be an under 30, over 30, which now it looks like it has lost. All right, BMY, Bristol Myers Squibb, well-known name, looks like an under 30. Oh, no. What was I doing? Why was I looking? Oh, I like the weekly with the 100, the support of the 100 on the weekly, but on the maybe this was over 30 earlier. That's why it popped up on the scanner. I'm not sure, but that one is gone now as well. Eli Lilly looks pretty good. We have a higher low V2 above the negative third ATR channel and an under 30, over 30. Let's take a look at the weekly. Weekly smack dab in the middle of the value zone. I like that. So Lilly is definitely a possibility today. Here we have Boeing, in which Kamal has a great trade. It has an under 250, over 250. That is a valid back-tested approach. Let's check the weekly. Weekly, to me, is coming into this kind of area of overhead resistance with the confluence of the 20, the 100, and the 50-week moving average. It's not that great a risk to reward ratio anymore as well, so I definitely want that one to keep going up for Kamal, but as it stands right now, I'm not gonna look at that one. Here we go. Let's look over at Union Pacific. Union Pacific has an under 30, over 30, under the negative third, over the negative third, kind of a strong down move here. Let's take a look over on the weekly. Has a V1 on the weekly, kind of rejected the negative 2 ATR channel above, which I don't really like that, so I'm going to put that one over here. FTNT is Fortnite, which Steve talked about as a 520 crossover, 304.09, 303.91, so it is a valid 520 crossover. It is in the value zone, which I like. On the weekly, we have the negative third ATR channel above as resistance, so for that reason, I am going to just pass on that. That's my own preference. NUE, Nucor Corporation, that's Nucor Steel, under 30, over 30. We're kind of stuck right there at the negative third ATR channel. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly did bounce off the negative 1 ATR channel. That one looks pretty good. There's enough volume there, so we'll keep that one as a potential. NVIDIA, Steve mentioned the 520 crossover. To me, this has moved a little too far, too fast for me to be interested. We are over halfway of this big down bar, but there was a lot of selling that came into this bar, and so I'm always a little concerned when you have big bars in the recent past. So for that reason, I'm going to pass on NVIDIA. SQ 520 crossover. This one has also moved quite a long ways for this 520 crossover to happen. And on the weekly, it's okay. I mean, it's over the 1 ATR channel. That one's not too bad. For me, it's moved a little too far without any sideways motion. So I'm going to let SQ go. Amgen does have a double bottom with a bullish divergence. Here's a low with red MACD bars. We rallied into some green. We came back. We tested the low and had a V1 entry signal. MACD is also positive. Only thing that concerns me about Amgen is we have the negative 1 ATR channel as resistance above. Let's take a look at the weekly. False breakout to the downside. Nothing too exciting. You know, I shouldn't say this, but I have never had any success trading Amgen. I never have. And then I think, well, you shouldn't think like that. You should take a signal when they come. And it's true, but legitimately, yes, it is a double bottom with the bullish divergence here. It is a V1. I'm just a little concerned that we're still below the value zone. So I'm going to take that one off. And then DAR, which is Darling International, does have a close above the value zone, come into the value zone. It has 1 day sideways motion, has a V2 here. Looks like it could potentially lose the 50 if we sell off a little bit. Really not enough. This one's a tough one. It's a V2. Here's day 1, 2, 3. 2 washes out 1. 3's above 1's close. It's legitimate. If I bought this, my stop would be pretty close here. Let's take a look over on the weekly. Weekly, we had the big down bar. We're stuck at about halfway. That one did it for me. So I'm done with that. So Lilly and NUE are my two potentials for today. Oh, we can keep that over there. All right, so we have Lilly, which is LLY, and also NUE, Nucor Steel. Let's look at these again. Higher low V2, rejection of the negative third ATR channel, under 30, over 30. Weekly in the value zone. I quite like it, actually. NUE, not a higher low. I do like the area of the rejection of the negative 1 ATR channel there, up strongly. I think I'm going to go with Lilly. I think that's going to be my pick today. Makes the most sense to me. Frank says, sidebar, bamboo is illegal to grow in many communities. I did not know that. Gary says, I am out of Ulta, but it does have a 520 cross today. All right. Well, let's mark that down then, and we'll get rid of Ulta. I thought you would have been out, so we'll just take care of it right now. But it does have a 520 cross. You're right. Steve says, my total trading capital hit an all-time high at the close yesterday when including my RA, but my taxable trading account is still below my all-time highs. So Okay, so your total capital hit an all-time high today. Congratulations, or yesterday. Congratulations. But when including my IRA, okay, but my taxable trading account is still below my all-time highs. Okay, well, all in all, though, all-time highs. Congratulations. Steve says Ulta backtest with a 1-2 risk to reward ratio with a 44% win rate. Okay, so that is what, and I like this setup. Actually, this is the best in my opinion. I like the price action here the best on this 520 crossover because of the sideways motion. We didn't have to move too far up to make that happen. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly looks pretty good. Rejection of the 1 ATR channel, or we're above the 1 ATR channel as support. Yeah, Ulta looks pretty sweet for sure. Kamal says VRM. Not sure if you already went over it. I'm not sure either. I remember looking at this sometime today. I don't like it. I don't like it, Kamal. We have this big down bar. We're still inside of that range, and we're knocking on the -1 ATR channel and the 10 EMA. I don't know what happened there. If we look at the weekly looks good. Weekly looks, to me, looks a lot better. This may be something I might be interested in taking at the end of the week. But as far as the daily goes, yeah, we've had a big run back up, but I don't like that we're still inside of this big down bar and that we have the -1 ATR channel, and it did again, and the 10 EMA as resistance. So, okay. So I do like Lily the best. Let me take a look here. TMUS does look like it's rejecting. What is happening with my charts? Does look like it's rejecting the 250-day. So I will sell half if that's the case and lock in profits on half. SSO hanging on to that 50 RSI. That 50 RSI, when you're below it, it's really like a glass ceiling above you. It's real. So if it holds above the 50, I will hang in there. But if it rejects it and closes below 50 by the end of the day, I will lock in half of the profits because of that overhead. Because sometimes I get out with rejections of things overhead. Other times I get out with rejections things to the downside, like a close below the previous day's low, close under the 30 RSI. But you know, there's always levels above you that act as resistance, and there's also levels below you that act as support. And so this would be the reason for getting out of this trade, or at least half of it, is a close under. It's over the 50 RSI now. It's 50.55, but if it closes under, I will sell half. So TMUS looks pretty obvious at this moment, at least, that it's going to reject the 250, so I will sell half there. As a matter of fact, I'll probably just go ahead and do that now. Okay. All right, so I did sell half of T-Mobile with the rejection of the 250-day moving average today. I will be watching SSO here for a close under, and then Eli Lilly. I will buy Eli Lilly at the close here with this higher low V2 under 30 over 30, under the -3rd over the -3rd, under the 5 EMA, under the 100. What do we have? We have about 10 minutes to go. All right, so it's kind of wait time, I guess. Ooh, what's Zoom doing? Is Zoom trying to put me out of my misery with the close under the 30? Let me make sure I've got those limit orders taken care of so I can get rid of those bad boys. If I have to, yes, I still have them. Cancel, cancel. So SSO still holding the 50. Zoom still holding the 30. Path making a high on the day. Way to go, Frank. Kamal, you remember what I said yesterday on the phone? If we got to halfway of yesterday's big down bar, I would probably short Uber for a day trade. It's too late in the day for me to short, but yeah, that's right where I would short. But I'm glad that's up for you, bud. SSO getting close to not holding the 50. Eli Lilly, I still like as long as it holds above the 30, by the way. The 30 RSI, that is. Let's see what happens. Oh, well, I'm glad I didn't buy it early. Might get a little better deal on it. If at all, as long as it holds anyway. EXP is just a monster. I mean, I hit 4 profit targets on that. Same with Tom, same with David. Up almost 5% just today. This is unreal. I'm happy for it, by the way, of course. Lily's back in the value zone on the 25-minute, which is interesting. And we're getting close to a confluence of a 30 RSI and a negative third ATR channel and 1. So I'm probably going to go ahead and buy Lily right here. I think that's a good location. We're about to find out, right? Okay. So that's my entry on Lily. Under 30, over 30, higher low V2, rejection of the negative third ATR channel. So we'll see how this holds up. If it were to close under the 30, what I just bought, I would have to sell, right? And SSO is at 50. It's pegged at 50 right now. So if it closes under, I will sell half. All right, Michael said, I always feel like a real analyst when my favorite matches the professor's favorite. Oh, good. I don't know if that's me. Is that Steve? Steve is long FTNT. So Steve is now long FTNT with the 520 crossover. He is also long NVIDIA at 224.85 with the 520 crossover. Steve says, I'm long Facebook 346.22 with the close back under and back over the 30 RSI. So Steve is long FTNT. He is with the 520 crossover. He's long NVDA, NVIDIA, with the 520 crossover. He's long Facebook with an under 30 over 30. Michael says, and of course, Kamal Scanner is a great cheating tool I like to use. 100%. Black D, hey, how you doing? Black D says, hey, I'm interested in starting trading, but don't have much experience. Can you help me with any tip? Well, I mean, one, I would continue to keep coming to this podcast. I think that would be helpful. Two, I do have a very affordable online course at udemy.com, and the link's in the description. It's like 12 or 15 bucks. I think that would really help you. I think that would give you a good foundation for a very inexpensive price. And I guess third, I do teach private lessons as well. That's more expensive, but you know, it's the best. But you know, as far as something you could do on your own time schedule for a very affordable price, Black D, I would say that my deep dip buy online stock trading strategy is probably a really good place to start that's very affordable. At the very least, just come here and learn some things here. That one's totally free. But if there's anything I can help you with, Black D, you let me know, okay? Steve says, my regular index ETFs are in my IRA and my stock trades are in my taxable trading account, for those wondering how I am holding so many positions here. Yeah, Steve has 2 different accounts, and so he's taking trades in multiple accounts, and that's why he has so many positions. Steve Burns says, Black D, the first step is learning how to create a system with an edge that fits your own risk tolerance and screen time availability. I 100% agree with that. George says, back D, the best investment is the Udemy course and the videos that Greg's having in his channels. Oh, thank you for that, George. And Jazz Nola, hey, Jazz, got mine from Udemy. Great stuff. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's a good course and it's affordable, and it's there's a lot of content there. You get a lot for the money. Vinny, hey, Greg, can you comment on SID rejecting the third ATR channels if there's any time left? Yeah, we have about 4 minutes. SID. The V1, it's a higher low V1 above the negative third ATR channel, and also an under 30 over 30. I think it's pretty good. Gives a pretty good risk to reward ratio. Also rejected the negative third ATR channel. Yeah, I like it. I like SID. Glenn says, NUE, strongest 3 months are September to November in the seasonality favorite period. Well, there you go. Probably same with the National Steel. It's steel as well. All right. All right, is SSO holding? It is 50.22. All right, so I may not have to do anything with that, which is good. Okie dokie. Oh, SSO's under now. I've got to sell. Holy hamburgers. $49.91. It's right there. So I'm going to have to watch this one closely. So it is under. Now it's over. All right, let's see what happens here. I'm just watching over here. I'm watching the RSI level. It is holding for now anyway, so this is definitely going to be a photo finish here. Holding. Looks like it's holding. Oh, no. Okay, so I sold it with the loss of the 50. Wow. I'm not even sure how I did that, but it did lose the 50, so I did lock in half profits here. So, okay. Well, there we go. Let's see where I bought stuff today. All right, Overnight SPY I bought at 443.18, and Eli Lilly I bought at 232.08. Okay, so Eli Lilly, I did buy Eli Lilly at 232.08. All right, and then overnight SPY trade, I did buy at 443.18. All right, so that takes care of that. So, and also, I did get out of half of TMUS with the rejection of the 250, and I got out of SSO with the rejection of the 50 RSI as well. So I know it seems like I just talked about this, but oh, I guess I should first say, if my students have any new entries or exits for me today, go ahead, put them in the live stream chat. This is the time to take care of that, and I will get them all taken care of. But before we do that, this is what I was talking about before. It sounds like I was just, you know, with Black D there, we were talking about lessons and stuff. So sorry about like the double plug, but you know, I mention this each day, but I do teach private one-on-one lessons in the evening time via Skype. I teach a great course. I love to teach. In the course, I teach you all 5 of my different trading approaches. I teach you step by step so you know exactly how to do it. I've been using these approaches for over 25 years as a full-time trader. It's a wonderful course. I've had so much great feedback from my students around the world. And if you want to be a better trader, take the course. It does, the one-on-one course with me. It does cost $1,750, but I promise you it's worth every single penny. If you have any interest in it, want to learn more about it, send me an email and say, Greg, I'm potentially interested in taking your course. The email is in the description of this video. I'll reply and say, great, let's set up a Skype call. Skype call's free. I just want to learn more about you and your trading challenges, your goals, what you're trying to get out of the course. It's a good time for you to ask me questions about it. And when we're done with the call, think about it as long as you want. And then one day, if you decide today's the day, I really do want to learn this skill, send me an email and say, Greg, I'm ready. And we'll schedule it and away we'll go. Secondly, as I just mentioned with Black D, on udemy.com, I do offer an online course called the Deep Dip Buy Stock Trading Strategy. It's very affordable, somewhere between 12 and 15 bucks, 9.5 hours of content, 15 study guides, 26 videos total. It's a great course. Again, with that course, I've had so many good reviews, so much good feedback from around the world. So that's a great place to start. And if you're interested in that, the link is in the description. And then lastly, if you like today's podcast, I would appreciate it if you could hit the thumbs up button before you get out of here. It does help to build the channel, keep the channel around, lets YouTube know that there's some valuable content here. So if you've already hit it, thank you so much. And if you haven't and you did find something useful, I would just appreciate it if you could before you get on out of here. All right. Well, that's all of my business. And let's go over to your business and see what's going on here. Where's Steve's trades? Oh, here we go. Okay. All right, let us start with FTNT. All right, so Steve Burns did buy FTNT at 311.11 with a 520 crossover. Okay, Steve, got you there. NVIDIA. And that's also 520 crossover, and Steve bought that at 224.85. Okay, Facebook. Ooh, our board's getting big, everybody. Getting big. All right. Steve bought Facebook at 346. 346.22. And that's an under 30 over 30. Okay. Okay, we've got that taken care of. All right, so Paxton has Eli Lilly. All right, so there's Packy right there. That's the dynamic duo. And Ada AN. Okay. Oh, you locked it in, huh? Way to go. That makes sense to me. It really does. What a great trade. Proud of you and Tracy. Way to go, buddy. Gary said, just to update this board, I'm long V from 920 and I'm long. Okay, so we'll put Gary there. Glad to have you on board with us on that trade, Gary. I'm glad you got in. You got in 920. So you got in the same day that we did. Okay, good. And I'm long Lilly today. I know you like Eli Lilly. I know the stocks that people in the chat like, right? We know Kamal likes Uber. We know Kamal likes Boeing. We all kind of have our favorites, right? Tracy said, the training is so worth it. Oh, thank you, Tracy. I appreciate that. Gary says, great to see everyone today. Thank you, Greg and all. Hope everyone has a great rest of the day. Hope you have a great rest of the day as well, Gare. Whoa, almost lost my long LLI. LLI. I don't have an LLI. Mike, do you mean Lilly? You probably mean Eli Lilly, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. And out of CRM. Good. I'm glad to hear that. I mean, you know, you're stretching the rubber band pretty tight when you get up to the third ATR channel. It could go higher, but I think you got the meat of the move, right? Take those profits and reinvest those profits in you know, another couple new setups that have better risk rewards. That's how I look at it. You know, that's how Mark Minervini teaches as well. Tom is in Lilly. Okay, in NVIDIA. Out of CCL and out of a half SSO like myself. Okay. Okay. And out of CCL because of earnings. All right, I still have Lava there. I'm sure he'll update me. David is in Lilly and Facebook. What happened to my Facebook? I know it's over here somewhere. Okay, and who is that? That's David. And then David is also in Eli Lilly. What a move on EXPE, huh? Jonathan, running late. FTNT. Good to see you, Jonathan. From Ireland. Okay. Roger that. Miko is in Eli Lilly. Okay. Lava is out of CCL because of earnings. Okay. In Lilly. That's Lava. I'm not sure if you have me in DAL. No, I don't. Let's get that taken care of, shall we? 4078. Higher low V1. Oh, nice. Way to go, love. Lova. And I guess that was the higher low V1, right? Okay. And I got out of UNH when it uncrossed. Okay, I was wondering about that. I didn't want to say anything, but all right, we'll take Lova out of that. Okie dokie. All right. Kamal says, Steve Burns, you definitely do. Next book title, Dough Management. I like it. Glenn says, at Black D, How to Make Money in Stocks by William O'Neill is worth a read. I 100% agree. I've read that book many times. Very, very good book. Vetter, any advice for a new stock trader? Well, first, like Glenn just mentioned, you know, reading a book like How to Make Money in Stocks by William O'Neill is fantastic. I would also highly suggest reading Moving Averages 101 by Stephen Burns, the author, who is right here in the channel with us as well. That's a wonderful book. I would also definitely recommend that. That's how I met Steve, and that's, you know, it's called Moving Averages 101. Thirdly, coming to this channel every day, I think is going to help you learn. Fourth, I do have an online video course. It's very affordable on udemy.com. It's about 12 or 15 bucks. And it's a very step-by-step concrete course on how to trade. And the link's in the description there. On my YouTube channel, I do have some free lessons as well. But any of those, you know, Moving Averages 101 by Steve Burns, How to Make Money in Stocks by William O'Neill, just coming to this podcast each day. Going to udemy.com, buying my Deep Dip Buy Stock Trading Strategy. It's very affordable. That would be a good way. I also offer private lessons as well. You could email me if you're interested in those, but any of those I think would be a good start. Michael says in Lily. Okay. Kamal is out of shop. Yep. You know, I'm glad Kamal pointed this out, because if you're underwater on a trade, yeah, it's nice that we got back to close to break even, but you know, we're right back here into some resistance. Kamal just took a 10-yard loss and made it only a 1-yard loss. He's not trying to like make a gain on this. He's just mitigating and minimizing the loss. So I think this is a very, very smart move, Kamal. Very smart. Keep the Uber. Okay, I have Uber. 45.54. Yes, I do. Frank says, my son and I both have the same birthday today, so we're off to celebrate. Hey, happy birthday, Frank. Both of you on the same day. What are we on? September 23rd. Congratulations to both of you, and happy, happy birthday. Can we all sing Frank a little happy birthday? Happy birthday, Frank, says Dan. Paxton says happy birthday. And Frank says thank you, Dan and Paxton. Bacon Bandit is also in Eli Lilly. Wow, a lot of people in this one. I like the setup. I do like the setup. Good risk to reward ratio. My stop on this one is going to be halfway of the washout bar here. Could also be the 30, depends which ones come sooner. But I'll just go ahead and put the red line in there for my stop. But you know, if it loses the negative third ATR channel and halfway of yesterday's washout bar, that would be kind of a bad sign. And I really do like the weekly as well, being just smack dab in the value zone. All right. So listen, everybody, before I let you go, I like to read this every day. If we all do one random act of kindness daily, we just might set the world in the right direction. This is by Martin Kornfeld. It's pretty simple. Let's, go out, try to make an effort. If you come across someone who needs a little help, just be nice, kind, pleasant, or just one act of kindness daily to a human being. If you could also do it to an animal, that would be twice as good. It would make their day, make your day, and maybe one day when you need it, somebody will be there. But I really do think that if we did one random act of kindness daily, every day, the world would be a better place. Frank says, thanks, Greg. I'll have to write myself a poem. Well, you know how to do that. Kamal says, Frank, if you could write a poem, then I would write one for your birthday. Oh, well, here we go. Let's make a deal. All right, what's happening after hours? Anything crazy? Bob is down a little bit. Eli Lilly is up 67 cents. That's what it says. Match.com's even. PayPal is down 60 cents. SPY is up 32 cents. Visa up 34 cents. VIX is down a penny. And Zoomy is down 17 cents. So tomorrow is Friday. I will be going over some end of week trades. You know, I like to trade multiple time frames, so I will be showing my current weekly trades as well as looking for some new weekly trades as well. Frank says, your trades are poetry, Kamal. Ooh, how about that? I like that. They really are. They really are. Paxton says, thanks everyone for all your help and support. Thanks, Paxton, for being here, buddy. So it's a beautiful day here in Utah. I'm going to put my hiking shoes on, go out, go hiking around like a mountain pirate. And then, Rich, if you're out there, looking forward to our lesson tonight. Looking forward to that, bud. So if you have any other questions or comments, please let me know. Stacy says, great channel. Thank you for making this public. Oh, you're welcome, Stacy. I'm glad you found us, and I hope you keep coming back. And if there's anything I can help you with, you just please let me know. Okay, ma'am? Okie dokie, Smokey. All right, well, I think I'm going to call it. Thank you. Oh, Vinny says, have a great evening. Thanks, Vinny. Kamal says, thank you, Frank. Going to look up some poems for you. Stacy says, thank you. Thanks to everyone. Have a good rest of your day. Be good, be kind, be safe, drive safe. And I hope to see you tomorrow. Tomorrow will be the last day of the trading week. So take care, everyone. Appreciate you being here. Thanks, Tom. Cheers to you as well, bud. Bye-bye. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity. Thank you.